Imagine this, a quiet room deep within the Vatican. Ancient walls, crimson robes, the heavy silence of centuries-old power. And then, a name is announced, Robert Francis Prevost, a man few expected, an American, a reformist. And now, Pope Leo XIV. But here's what no one's telling you. This moment could shift African religion forever. What if we told you that the Catholic Church's newest move isn't just about Rome, but about Rwanda, Nigeria, and the DRC? That this wasn't just a religious decision, but a geopolitical one? That the future of faith in Africa might be quietly redrawn, not in cathedrals, but in backroom meetings, rising demographics, and a battle for spiritual influence. The real question: why would the Vatican, rooted in European tradition, suddenly pivot toward Africa? Africa is home to the fastest-growing Catholic population in the world. In 1900, there were fewer than 2 million Catholics on the continent. Today, that number has exploded past 250 million, with projections pushing it over 400 million by 2050. From the bustling parishes of Kinshasa to the serene highlands of Ethiopia, Catholicism isn't just surviving, it's surging. But this growth brings tension. Africa's churchgoers are young, vibrant, conservative, and increasingly at odds with European liberalism in the faith. African bishops have pushed back on issues like LGBTQ+ inclusion, celibacy, and Western theological interpretations. And now, enter Pope Leo XIV, a former missionary, a man who spent years in Latin America, a leader fluent in the culture of the global South. His election is not a coincidence. It's a signal. To understand this Vatican move, you need to understand the system. The Catholic Church is more than a faith. It's a state, a government, and a global brand. Its influence is measured in souls, and its strongest growth markets are in the global South, especially Africa. The old system, Eurocentric, hierarchical, rigid, is under threat. Shrinking congregations in Europe, priest shortages, scandal fatigue. Meanwhile, Africa offers growth, zeal, and a new frontier of influence. So what does the Church do? It pivots. Quietly. Strategically. It starts elevating African cardinals. It funds African seminaries. It embraces liturgical diversity, allowing for more localized expressions of the faith. And now, with Pope Leo XIV, it places a man on the throne of St. Peter who understands the urgency of aligning with Africa's future. But this isn't just about religion. This is about power. Africa is the next spiritual battleground, and not just for Catholics. Evangelicals, Muslims, Pentecostals, all expanding, all fighting for relevance. China is building mosques and funding Confucian centers. America is exporting prosperity gospel. The Vatican knows it cannot afford to fall behind. And Africa's youth, digitally connected, socially conscious, and spiritually curious, are shaping the next wave of global belief. The Vatican's move is an answer to a looming question: who will speak to the soul of Africa in the 21st century? Because whoever does will shape its politics, its economy, and its future. So what does it mean when a pope is chosen not just for tradition, but for trajectory? It means something massive is shifting. The center of gravity in global Catholicism is moving, and it's moving south. For African believers, this is both a moment of opportunity and caution. Will Africa's voice finally shape the doctrine it follows? Or will it remain a target market for Rome's deeper agenda? One thing is certain: the next chapter of the Catholic Church will not be written in Latin. It will be written in Swahili, Yoruba, Lingala. Africa is no longer the mission field. It is the mission force. And the Vatican just turned its gaze to the future. But what happens when Africa begins to turn its gaze back, not just to Rome, but to its own spiritual legacy? In Part 2, we'll uncover the movements rising from within Africa itself and why the Vatican might not be the only force preparing for a religious shift of historic proportions. This is Continent Pulse. Share your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe, like, and share for more powerful stories that inform, disrupt, and connect you to what really matters across the continent and beyond.